Will the new Battlefield game be the game of the year for 2021? It's quite a possibility, but let's get into it. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Enter the Internet, a show where I discuss anything interesting I find on the internet. And as I'm sure you've all heard by now, that the new highly anticipated Battlefield game called 2042 will be releasing this fall. EA has been releasing a lot of trailers and promotions for this as they are campaigning really hard for this game. The last couple of major releases from EA have had some controversy surrounding them, to say the least. Looking back at Battlefield 5, it took place in World War II, and there was a lot of criticism saying that it was historically inaccurate because people claim there weren't women on the battlefield in 1941 and World War II, which might be true for the US. I did not do enough research though, so don't quote me on that. But there is definitely a well-documented Soviet female sniper named Lyudmila Pavlichenko. I probably butchered that, and I apologize, but she was known as the Lady of Death by her enemies with 309 confirmed sniper kills. Look her up if you get a chance. It's actually a really cool story, but getting off track. And then before Battlefield 5, you can go back even further to the Star Wars Battlefront 2 controversy where they had a bunch of loot boxes. And I can't remember exactly what it was, but basically if you wanted to unlock all characters in the game, you'd have to play around like 4 or 5 years of gameplay, or just shell out a bunch of money and pay for all of your favorite characters. Either way, it was pretty ludicrous. They obviously fixed that immediately and they have since changed it, but it had a very rocky launch, and I don't know if it ever really recovered from that. But either way, with those being in the past, the community seems to be really excited for this new upcoming game and all the features it will be adding. Again, going back to some of the complaints about the previous last few games, they've all been set in like Battlefield 1 was obviously set in World War 1, then Battlefield 5 was World War 2, so fans have kind of been wanting to get back to modern times. They're tired of the old previous day thing, and this one is definitely looks very similar to Battlefield 4. It just kind of looks like a remastered version of Battlefield 4, which according to a lot of fans could be considered the last great Battlefield game. Also, the developers has stated that they are scrapping the campaign completely to focus solely on the multiplayer, which is probably a good idea because who really goes out and buys Battlefield just for the campaign, right? But with them focusing on the multiplayer, this gives them a brand new mode that everyone seems to be really excited about called Battlefield Portal, which it looks really interesting. It's clearly kind of mixing all eras of war, from World War I and II soldiers to futuristic military with interesting technologies. You saw the dog in the trailer, which we've all seen real life videos of, those police dogs that they're going to be incorporating into the game. And this game mode will also be featuring some of the classic maps from earlier Battlefield games, going all the way back to Battlefield 2042, as well as a couple from Bad Company 2 and Battlefield 3 as well. And another new feature that's going to be added in this game is going to be a very intensive weather system that will gradually change throughout the course of maps. Whether it's tornadoes or sandstorms, it's just going to change how the game is played instead of just, which Battlefield has always had, an ever-changing battlefield with the destruction of maps and things falling, and you can get access different areas by things falling over or whatever, but this is just going to change the game completely, so I'm actually really excited about it. Now, one of the coolest parts of the Portal game mode is that it gives players complete control over the design of their own matches, and they can share them with the community. This lets you control a range of settings, from the game logic to the weapons you'll be able to use to the certain maps you'll be able to use, the gear you'll be able to use, vehicles you'll be able to use. You can literally change all of this, and you can make custom games for you and your friends to play, or as I just mentioned, share with the community and let other players online use your game mode. But now, as far as Battlefield 2042 being game of the year, it is kind of a far reach, but if you take a look at some of the competition it has, it really doesn't have very much, unless something surprisingly comes out, such as Halo Infinite or maybe the new Horizon game. Again, there's not really much competition. The Halo Infinite is rumored to be coming out this fall of 2021. Far Cry 6 is also rumored to be coming out this fall, but are those confirmed? No. So we don't really have anything confirmed that could possibly beat this. I personally think Resident Evil 8 was an amazing game, but will it be able to beat this in terms of game of the year? I'm not really sure. I guess we'll have to wait and see. but I think from just the reception of the community so far on how they're perceiving this game, as well as all the new features they're adding, and they also have a new feature that has yet to be announced, which is called Hazard Mode. We don't know exactly what this is, but we do know it's not going to be a battle royale. So I think that's very, very likely that this game could be the game of the year for 2021. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about that. But now, as far as when it's coming out, we actually won't have to wait too much longer to be able to start playing this bad boy, as the beta is set to release in a couple weeks. If you pre-ordered it, you can start playing on September 4th. It's only a couple days early because then the complete open beta will be available on September 6th, which will then run until September 11th. So it's going to be about a week's time if you pre-order the beta. And unless EA decides to either change or extend these dates at all, it seems like that's going to be set in stone. So again, it's only going to be a couple weeks away that we'll be able to start playing this and see how this portal mode actually plays out. I'm pretty excited for it. And if everything goes as planned with no delays or anything, this game will be officially releasing on October 22nd of this year, sort of right before that whole holiday season kicks off. So, all right, so I think that's going to do it for this one. Are you guys going to be playing the 2042 beta? Have you already pre-ordered your copy? Are you guys excited for it? Let me know down in the comments below. Also, if you enjoyed my content, please like and subscribe, as that really does help me out a lot. And thanks. I'll see you in the next one.